Well, hello my YouTube friend. Today it is my utter pleasure to present you my newest acquisition, and yes, it's another McGinnis. Probably for me one of the most uncanny McGinnis I could imagine, because basically, you know me, I'm no fanboy by no means. As much as I appreciate McGinnis, you can tell, I mean, from the knives that I got from him, there are some designs of his that I really don't like, and the intake was one of them, along with the Exo. But this one has something in particular. First of all, it has a Horton Grind, and that was also as a matter of fact, the second uncanny thing on this knife, because I hate chisel. I've expressed that already, probably on some of my videos. So there are two good reasons for me not to have this knife. The design and the chisel grind. But I was kind of, I had some second thoughts, and I said, what is to me the risk of testing that knife? I mean, everyone loves McGinnis, everyone likes Horton, so it was a no-brainer to test it and to try it. Hell, if I didn't like it, I could always reset it. That's what I thought when I took it. Yeah. No-brainer. I mean, this knife, anyone would want to have it. So absolutely no-brainer to test it, because actually I didn't have the intake in hands. I had some thoughts about it, and that's why I didn't like it. I thought it was really thin, too thin for me. Not thin, too narrow, sorry, on the blade. And the overall shape was kind of too linear for me, That's why I didn't like the design. And the chisel, I don't like chisel. I mean, period. So, I had this opportunity to test it, and man, the second, I mean, that was crazy. The second I got that knife in hand, it was love at first sight. For some reason, I'm going to try to explain those, but for some reason, it was an instant crush. And the funny thing is that it's even growing on me more and more. So, I've said that on Instagram when I posted that knife, when I received it. I think that I really pity those who don't embrace changes in their lives and don't embrace to be wrong at some point, because we all are wrong at some point, and that is the right way to see life. I mean, to consider that we are ignorant first, and we are wrong until proven the contrary. But we are always at some point we can be wrong and have some weird ideas, and we need to, like I said, embrace the changes and embrace the fact that we can be wrong at some point, which I do on a daily basis. So I was wrong not to like the design, and I was wrong for my taste again. I mean, it's just my consideration. But the idea stays. The idea that we can be wrong and we have to embrace those changes, that idea stays. We don't have to illustrate it with some examples. So for me, I was wrong not to like this design, because even if it's linear, as you can see, it has some curves. As I can see now, it has some curvature here on the back, that kind of really nice curve here. You have some roundness in it, even though the overall shape is kind of linear. And man, it's in hand, it feels so natural and so naturally good that, I don't know, as I said, it spoke to my heart in a way, and I really appreciated that design. Of course, this is the mini intake, and believe me, I wouldn't want to have any extra length compared to the more than that. Look at that, that's a mini, and my hands are large, and look at that, I mean, I even have some extra length on the grip here, so I cannot even fathom, even if my taste goes more for a smaller knife, so I can be biased when I say that, but I cannot imagine with a sleek knife like this one, I cannot imagine it being longer than that. I mean, for my taste, I wouldn't go for longer than that. So yeah, as I said, love at first sight, and now I really like the design. I mean, Will I go and get other one? Maybe I'll try to get a more dressed one. And this is also something that I wanted to address. My two newer McGinnis are those. You know, this one, the Mini Apex, with this finish. You know, frame lock, full titanium, simple design. And usually I like more, you know, liner locks and with some dressier material. But that's one point I want to address. As I already stated in my videos, knives are incredible objects because they're tools, they're art pieces, and you have some mechanics in it, and you can play with them, you can use them, you can contemplate them. There are a lot of things, a lot of feelings that you can have with a knife, and this is something that you can carry with yourself, which is just great. So, you know, when I have a dressed piece, the thing that I figured in time is that the bigger it is, the dressier it is, the lesser you're gonna carry it, and the lesser even you're gonna fondle it and play with it. Those knives, this one and this one, I mean, I cannot literally stop playing with them. It's just addictive. I play with them and I play with them because they're easy and they're fun to play with. When you're gonna have a dressier knife, you're gonna want to contemplate the work of inlay, the material, the way the knife is settled and everything. And you know, you're gonna play with it, like open it once or twice like that, and the fondling part will be over. You know, it's going to be more of a contemplating part, and just as it should be, you know, for a dressier knife. Those, you play with them, and even more, you carry them. Of course, anyone can carry dressy knives, that's not a problem, but this one, those one, what can happen if you carry those knives? I mean, literally, nothing can happen. I mean, you cannot spoil a knife like that. Those are made to be carried in the pocket. You don't feel them, you can use them, and this is typically the knife that you can have for EDC, for playing with them and everything. So this is just something great to have with, and yet you can appreciate the art, especially on the grinding and the design and everything. The design is here. I mean, the Mini Apex, whatever you want to put it, dressy or not, the design is here. The grinding skills are there. Of course, it's going to be now with McGinnis, some machine works, that's going to be CNC, but the design is here. I don't understand people who are, you know, whining sometimes about the fact that it's a CNC, not a full custom and everything. I mean, of course, I would appreciate more to know that the maker has put his hands, only his hands on the construction. But the design comes from the maker. He will act on the machine. He will do, I mean, everything will be done by, it's a full custom knife. Even though the machine cuts the part, whatever. I mean, that stays for me a real custom knife. So I'm probably digressing from my point, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You can have a full custom made by a really talented guy with you on yourself and play with it like nothing. I mean, as I said, it's to me almost addictive to play with those knives. So that's what I like on those finish, and that's what I wanted to address. Now let's talk a little bit about the knife. So we already said some points about it. The handle, we're gonna go fast on this one. I really like the work, the milling work on this one. Again, machine or I don't care. It's really beautifully done. And again, even though the knife is kind of linear, I like the curves that you have here. Really nicely done. Nice design. I like the pivot like that. You know, it's highly polished. Really like it. The other side is the same, kind of symmetrical, and the usual clip with this nice stonewash finish that I also appreciate because it's something that you can carry very easily. Usual backspacer, nothing crazy about it. Engagement, now the mechanics a little bit. The engagement is great, as you can see. Nice jimping here on the lock for a nice disengagement. No stickness, as you can see, whatsoever. And the centering, so of course this is, this is a chisel. So that's a perfect centering for a chisel. Look at the tolerance that I'm going to try to focus on this one. Look at that. I mean, it's literally almost touching the scale, which is just incredible. This is something also that you need to understand. The flat part, if it touches the scale, you will have some scratches and something. So it's really hard, and to me even harder to get a nice tolerance like that on the full length of the blade. Because when you're gonna get a knife like that, like this one, for example, come on, stay where you are. So you see, and this one is a little bit off center. I need to tighten the pivot a little bit. So you see, you have some length here, and the tolerance can be more. I mean, you can have more compromise, I think, because of the hollow on both sides. You can have more compromise than with the chisel, because here it's a flat on all. I don't know if I'm expressing myself clearly, but all the width here is likely to touch the scale. Here, the width is only on the flat here. Then after that, you're going to have the hollow. So when the blade will be in this area here, you will have the hollow. So you will have a lot of space for the tolerance, I mean, to be not perfect, you know, if that makes any kind of sense. Here, it's flat all the way around. So from this point to this point, this can touch the scale. So to get a nice tolerance like that, to me, it's even harder. Now, let's see the action, because the time is running. The action, as you can see, is just perfect. Look at that. Smoothness is incredible, and always on washers as usual. To get an action like that, to me, that is something that is to put to the credit to McGinnis. And again, that's something that is incredible. I don't care about the machine. I mean, look at that. This guy can make some action like nothing. I mean, literally, you don't feel no resistance on the blade. Look at that. Nothing. I mean, this is something that you have to feel, but the smoothness is just incredible. Very strong detent, as you can see, but the jipping here makes it for very nice reach, and it's very rare to miss the flipping. But the detent is strong, as you can expect with McGinnis, and it's unbreakable, absolutely unbreakable. Now, 3 minutes to talk about the grind. I now absolutely adore Horton Grind, and I want to go fast on this one. The finish is even, I like it even on that side, on the flat side. I like this polish. This is something that those guys from Tennessee do, and I haven't seen, look at that, I mean, you have my reflection here. I haven't seen that finish very often, you know. You have that light stonewash that is shiny, and really it's appreciable, not on the flat side only, but on this side. We're gonna go to this one very soon. So really like the harpoon, the blade shape is really incredible. Now, Horton Grind. That's the regular Horton Grind as you can expect it to be. So you have, as I say, this really nice, I'm going to try to focus on this one, yeah. This very nice, you know, shiny stonewash, and you see the grind lines. So Jason Stout does that. I don't know about the other, but I guess that don't want to focus, and come on. Focus, please. Yeah, the other guys from Tennessee, oh, come on, yeah, does that. You have this light stonewash, and yet you see the grind line. So it's something between the satin finish and the stonewash, and I really adore that finish. I don't know why not a lot of people do that, or is there a special recipe? I don't know. Now look at this perfect grind. You have, look at the thickness of the blade and this long hollow grind that you can see here. Look at the material he has to take to get this nice hollow here. And what I adore, of course, is the tip. As you can see, the reflection, it's almost polished, highly polished. You see some lines, you know, but it's highly polished, and you see the reflection of the lens of the camera here. I like also the swedge, how he finishes the swedge here. Again, I'm going to try to focus on this one. You see, it's kind of a raw compared to the tip that is shiny, as you can see. Oh yeah, the image is good here. The tip is shiny. You see the reflection here of my finger. And here it's kind of more raw on the swedge. And then after that, you still have the spine that appears. So that's the usual grind that you're going to see with Horton, the harpoon, this kind of swedge with a raw finish, and this tip that is kind of shiny. And I really adore that grind. We are almost now at 15 minutes, and I hope that I've said about everything that I had to say about this knife. I still hate chisel, but I absolutely adore Horton Grind, and I can't wait to get another one from him, or a collaboration, whatever. But to me, what is important with Horton is that really particular grind. And I'm gonna leave it at that, my friend. It was a pleasure to do this video, and I'll catch you very soon for another one, hopefully with a new knife. Bye bye.